Hi, this is me, Marvin of Everyday Marvin. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. And today I'm going to be doing a very special video because I don't normally talk about this particular topic at all. I'm going to step a little bit out of my comfort zone of what I normally talk about. It's a topic that I'm actually pretty interested in, which is make money online. And let's face it, there's so much bad information out there and so many scams and things to where it's really hard for the average person to believe they actually can make any kind of money online. And many people probably tried a lot of different things and it just didn't work out for them for whatever reason. I've also have tried a lot of different things as well, and it just didn't work out for me for whatever reason. But one thing that has worked for me is Fiverr. This is my make money on Fiverr real seller review. How I made over $700 with Fiverr, no scam, and totally legit. And so it's going to be part one of a series of videos I'm going to do about Fiverr and how to make income on there and whatnot, and things that I've actually tried to do, and things that have worked for me and things that haven't worked for me. And I think it's something a lot of people are obviously interested in. They want to know how to make money with Fiverr. Like, what is Fiverr? Is Fiverr a scam? Is it legit? I'm here to let you know the answer to several of those questions right now. So to answer your first question is, what the heck is Fiverr? You may have heard of it but just didn't know what it was. Basically, Fiverr is a website where people can go who are looking for different things like, say, web design or something for their social media account, like maybe need more Twitter followers or Instagram followers, or they need to have an Instagram post made or a Facebook post made, or have a Facebook group created, or need a logo design, or need a t-shirt design, or they need a business card design, a new website set up, or a blog. The list just goes on and on and on for all the kind of things you can get off Fiverr. You can get voiceover work there. You can have people work or create a WordPress blog for you. It's just all kinds of things you can get from Fiverr, from basically all these freelancers who are all in one spot, and you can see their ratings, you can see what kind of work they do, you can watch videos about them, you can see samples, you can see what other people are saying, how many stars they're getting, and if they're a top seller or not, and how fast their turnaround is for the work. So Fiverr is basically a place where all these freelancers come to do work, and you as a customer can come there and buy all kinds of things called gigs, and gigs are just basically work for these guys that they work on. They work on a gig, they complete it, they return it to you. If you like it, you say yay. If you don't like it, you get a revision if you can. Fiverr just basically gathers all these people in one spot for you, so that way you can find exactly what you need as quickly as possible. And so I had heard about Fiverr before, and I thought, it seemed like a little oddball. So I was seeing like little odd gigs, like, I'll write your name in the sand, or I'll sing happy birthday to you. There are gigs like that too on there as well. There's also more serious ones, like I said, web design and social media work, and different things you can get off of Fiverr. And what I decided was I actually had created this singing course because I love to sing. So I created this singing course, Singing with Confidence, and I tried to sell it myself on my own website. I sold a few copies, not a whole bunch. And I was like, you know what, why don't I try to sell a mini version of that same course on Fiverr? And so I went to Fiverr, I set up my sales page, I put what was in the course. So what I recommend, if you're trying to sell anything online, or sell anything period, from a car to a dog to your t-shirt, you want to emphasize the benefits of getting that thing that you want people to buy, because people want something that's going to benefit them in the long run. So for instance, if you're selling a t-shirt, you're going to say, man, you're going to look so cool in this t-shirt, you're going to impress your friends, it's going to keep you, warm or cool when you go out. You want to emphasize the benefits over the features. Anybody can mention features. Okay, this thing has 3 holes in it, that's a feature, but if you emphasize like a benefit, people are going to think, okay, they're going to start to envision themselves, okay, what would it be like for me to have this thing? Like, how is this going to improve my life? People have to think like that whenever they're considering buying a product or a gig on Fiverr, or really anything. And so I went ahead and created a sales page on Fiverr, emphasizing my gig, which was selling my course, and shortly after, I just started making sales. And then also I was also promoting my course as well on different sites. So for instance, I had created a YouTube channel called Quick Singing Tips, which is still available. You can still actually go to that. I think I have like 100 videos roughly on there, just giving different singing tips and things that people can learn to make their voice, to have a better singing voice. And so I use that channel in the video description box in a lot of those videos to promote my singing course. One way I promoted it, I created an Instagram account in association with my singing channel, and I would promote it on there. I would have the link to my course, or I would have a link promoting my YouTube channel, which also promoted my course on there as well. So, and then also I was going on to Twitter as well as another tactic I used. I got onto Twitter and I searched up people who have, singing issues or singing problems, and I would type in things that people who are having singing issues would bring up, like, bad voice or bad singing or how to sing better. And I found these people on Twitter and I answered their questions, or I gave them a link to a resource, and that resource generally had a mention of my gig in there somewhere, or my channel. This was a great way to get attention to my gig. So again, I used my YouTube channel, my free content on there to promote my gig. I used Twitter. I searched for people who were interested in my niche, and I found them, and I pointed them to my free content, which promoted my gig. I also used Instagram, where I uploaded posts and I shared valuable information and had the link in my profile, and I would promote it to people who asked me a lot of questions. And eventually it came to a point to where people were asking me, did I give singing lessons? Since I had so much content out there on Instagram and YouTube and various other sites, they started asking me, did I give singing lessons? And I would just send them to my singing course on Fiverr. I think I called it, or it's still called, I would give you instant online singing lessons, which basically I would send them a link to a zip file, or a file that they could download, which included my singing lessons in it. They're basically videos, audio files, a PDF, and maybe another thing or two in there that they could use to improve their voice. It was kind of like a starter course. And eventually, I went from selling that for $5 to making 3 different levels. So I had the starter course for $5. Then I had another course, I think it was for either 10 or 15, which included more from the course, as well as I think a few other extra things. And then I had like the master one, where it was like for $25, I give you the whole course, and then also would give you a 25-minute Skype tutorial, where I actually would call the people, or they can call me, and we would actually sit down over Skype, and I would show them how to improve their singing live through a Skype call. And a lot of people, and several people took advantage of that, and it was easy money for me, because all I do is, I was already an expert at singing, and I had like all this content. All I had to do was just basically sit down with them, talk with them, listen to them sing. I can actually, since I've been singing such a long time, I can generally tell what issues people are having and how to correct those issues in general. I'm not like, the best singing expert ever. I've had at least a decade or two of experience singing and giving advice and learning about singing overall, to where I'm a pretty decent singer. And so people who are struggling with singing or just starting out, I generally have good advice for people just starting out on how to improve their singing and how to do it faster. So again, I was selling 3 different levels of gigs under that one gig. So again, it was starter course, an intermediate one, and then the master one, where again I would give a 25-minute Skype call. It didn't take very long to do these calls. I basically just would sit down with them, ask what some of their issues were. I would listen to their singing, give them some critiques, and then give them something that they could work on, and we would be done. I think I even had 1 or 2 where I did multiple lessons with. And so, yeah, that's how I started making money on Fiverr. Now, that wasn't the only gig that I had on there. I actually had another one, which I'll talk about in another video, which made me even more money on Fiverr. And the money that I made, I say I made over $700 on Fiverr, which honestly is actually more like $800 now on Fiverr. I didn't make it all at one time. This is actually over a period of like, a year or 2. So me, I'm not like a hardcore, now I'm out on Fiverr grinding every day. That isn't how I made my money. I basically made it kind of passively. I wasn't really looking for Fiverr to pay all my bills or anything like that. I just wanted some extra money each month to go out and go out to eat and buy extra little things I like to get, and sometimes it would pay my phone bill every now and then. If I wanted to really ramp it up, I could, and there are ways to ramp up your gigs on Fiverr to make more sales and get more attention, but I wasn't really looking for that at the time. But I was just really happy. It was kind of like a proof of concept. Just, put my stuff out there, set up my sales page right, which I learned from watching videos on YouTube and other people who sell stuff on Fiverr. and promoting my gig as well. You know, actively going out and promoting my gig. Just, you know, not being spammy about it, but basically anytime I would give advice on singing, I would plug my gig. You know, like, hey, you know, here's some advice. I give them a good chunk of information that they could use, and then they would ask me, do I have any other advice? And I would say, hey, I have a gig on Fiverr that you can buy for singing lessons, where I have several different lessons in there that you can take advantage of. I have a course here that basically help you sing better, already put together, and all you have to do is just go buy it. It's only $5. Most people have $5 just laying around that they're not really do anything else with it. They're just gonna go out to eat or buy candy with that $5 normally. So I'm like, you know, invest in yourself, pay the $5. If you don't like it, it's only $5, right? And in most cases, I got a lot of positive reviews back, which actually helped me to sell more courses. One of the first things I did too is when I first put my gig out there, I did have a request or try to get someone to buy my gig right away. Whenever you put a gig on Fiverr, you want to get that first sale as quickly as possible. There's a number of ways to do it. One of the ways actually is a person, or actually are people on Fiverr, which may be kind of frowned upon, but there actually are people on Fiverr who do nothing but go and buy other people's gigs. That helps. And then also, you can share your gigs with your friends, your family. They'll probably want to help you out. Just say, you know, hey, I got this gig on Fiverr where I'm selling this particular service. Could you help me out and buy one or two? You don't need to have a whole bunch of them, buy, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3 people all in one day or within the first week. They can really help boost up your promotion of your gig on Fiverr by showing that you actually do have sales coming in. And then when you do get those sales, make sure you go ahead and have them review your gig and give it all 5 stars, because every time you get a 5-star review, that looks great for your overall score on Fiverr. These are just a few things that I learned on my first successful gig on Fiverr. Now I have a second gig that I did, which I'll talk about in another video. But I just want to let you know that, you know, being an average guy, I was able to go out there and provide information on a subject that I was, you know, an expert at, or knew a lot about, and put a course together, put it on Fiverr, and it was able to make sales, you know. And I still make sales here and there from it. So I think even a couple days ago, I just got a request to buy my gig from someone random, you know. The online singing lessons gig that I put out there, honestly, it's not even really a traditional hot Fiverr seller gig, you know. Most gigs are like logo design or web design or social media related, or different things like that. It isn't generally going to be like artistic stuff or singing or theatrical or theater arts. It generally isn't that, you know, but I was able to turn my interest into a course and sell it, and people still buy it. You know, I've been buying it over the past, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So just showing that, you know, you can make money online. You just have to find your own little way to do it. And so I hope this video helped you out as much as possible, but I do have a few little things that are going to help you out in addition to that for free. One of the first things I recommend you do, if you're going to get on Fiverr and make sales, go ahead and check out the Fiverr blog, or subscribe to it if you can. The Fiverr blog is just a blog that's created from the Fiverr.com website itself. It shares insider tips and gets you insight from other sellers, people who have been successful on Fiverr. You can learn about them and how they were successful and how you can apply that success to yourself. There's also a Fiverr help website or Fiverr support website. We can go and answer a lot of basic questions like, how do you set up your gig? How do you get paid? How do you create your gig? Just all kinds of questions like that you can answer. Also a Fiverr forum where you can go in there and read advice from other Fiverr sellers and interact with other Fiverr sellers as well. And I recommend you make friends with other people on Fiverr who use Fiverr. Other people are doing, you know, better than you are on Fiverr, because they normally teach you things that maybe you couldn't get from a regular old YouTube video or some random blog somewhere. And so I'd recommend getting on the Fiverr forum and being interactive and reading those posts and threads, especially the ones that are related to the kinds of things that you're planning on selling or trying to sell. So you can learn from them. Another person that's been a really big help or source of information on Fiverr selling, how to do it well and how to make more money with it, is this guy named Corey Ferreira. Now, I ran across him on YouTube, I want to say 8 to 9 months ago roughly. This guy is a top Fiverr seller. He's been doing it for a long time. He has several guides which teach you how to set up your gig, what's the best gig to sell, how to deliver your gigs, and just a lot of other information about Fiverr you might not even have a clue about. This guy knows about. So his name is Corey Ferreira. I'll have his name here. His YouTube channel where he talks about a lot of his Fiverr experiences and what he's done good at, what he's done bad at, and just a lot of in between. And so he also has some courses, which I've read his Fiverr Success ebook. That thing is chock full of information. Like, if you don't know anything about Fiverr, even if you've been on Fiverr for a while, it's going to have a lot of information that you may not have known before. It's going to help you kickstart to more sales and more success with Fiverr. And so that book, he also has another book called Fiverr Middleman. But there's 3 guides I know for sure he has in total. I've read 2 of them so far, and they've been very helpful, very informative. I'm telling you, you're thinking about selling on Fiverr. If you're either one, just started with Fiverr, thinking about doing Fiverr, have been doing it for a while but haven't had that much success with Fiverr, check this guy out, Corey Ferreira. I'm gonna have a link to his website where actually if you go there and you put your email in, he'll give you free weekly tips and tricks on how to improve your Fiverr business. And so I'm gonna have a link again to his site. I recommend you check out those guides. You will not regret getting information from this guy named, again, Corey Ferreira. Big help, very informative. I've either used or I'm about to use some of his information in my own sales and stuff to improve my stuff. And so if it can help me, it definitely can help you. And so again, check out his site. I'm gonna have a link to it. When you go into the video description box, you'll be able to easily see a link to his site where you can get free information on how to do better, how to make more money with Fiverr, and just how to do overall better with Fiverr and walk away happier. And so make sure you check that guy out. Big help. And a few other little nuggets and things I want to tell you. One thing I did with my gig, my online singing gig, was I tried to make sure I provided not just the information, but also I tried to over deliver as well. Always try to over deliver whenever you're providing any kind of service, anything to the public. Over deliver your services, because when you over deliver, people are going to remember that and they're going to want to buy more stuff from you in the future, and they're going to want to follow you. So for instance, when I was selling my singing gig, one thing I did was I provided an additional free Instagram course. Now you may think, okay, so you're selling a singing gig, but then you give them an extra Instagram course guide to go along with it. Because my thinking was, if you're trying to improve your singing, a lot of times people who are trying to improve their singing, especially if they're paying money for it, is it because they want to show what they've done. They want to actually demonstrate it, or maybe be a professional singer, or want to promote themselves in some shape, form, or fashion, or they know someone who wants to promote themselves in some shape, form, or fashion. Either people are buying my singing guide because they want to sing better, or because they know someone who needs to improve their singing and they want to give it to them. And so a lot of times people who want to sing better, in my case, personally, if I want to sing better, it's because I want to be able to sing better in front of a crowd, in public, and I want to promote myself that way. And so I thought if I attached my Instagram guide with my singing course, you get the singing, and you also get the how to promote yourself as well. And a lot of people appreciated me attaching that Instagram guide at the time that I was giving, to help them not only sing better, but also to get more promotion behind themselves when they start to share their singing covers and singing videos and singing audio. Just a great way to help them promote themselves and how to do it for free. And so that was my way of trying to over deliver for my Fiverr gig. And so if you can find some way to give some little extra value to people when they buy your gig, they're going to really appreciate it, especially if it's something that's really going to help them in the future, in the long term, as well as in the short term, then you should definitely do it and add that little extra. Sometimes I would say in my Fiverr gig video, I also provide extras when you buy my gig. I don't actually specify what it is, so that way I can change it out as I see fit. Also, if you're selling a gig that is similar to other people who are selling gigs on Fiverr, I would recommend to take a look at their sales pages. Because when you look at the sales page of someone who's already doing well and they're selling something that you're planning on selling or are already selling, chances are their sales page is really good. And so you can see what they're doing. If they have a video on their page, which honestly, you want to make some kind of video to promote your gig. So on Fiverr website, they allow you to upload one video, generally under 1 minute, I believe. It's under a minute. There's a 1 minute video you can upload to Fiverr to promote your service on there. And so I recommend have a video on your Fiverr gig, because that's going to help you do more sales. I created a video for my Fiverr gig. It gives people a way to see me and for me to answer their questions quickly, and they feel like it's more personal. I recommend for yourself, if you don't want to be in a video, that's fine. You have someone make a video for you off of Fiverr. Include keywords and tags and things that are related to your gig in your sales description paragraphs and in your tags, and then use tags that people who are already doing successful sales and are selling the same thing, use the tags that they're using, so that way when people are searching for your services, there's a more of a likelihood that you'll come up and be seen versus anyone else. And so these are just a few little tips and tricks to help you sell more on Fiverr. And you may have to try a couple gigs before you find something you can really be successful at. That's why I would also recommend go ahead and check out Corey Ferreira, because he's going to tell you or let you know right off the bat what are some of the best gigs for you to offer, especially for someone who's just starting or maybe doesn't have any special skills or anything like that. As someone who has no specific or set skills, there are things you can offer to people still and make money on Fiverr. And so again, check out that link. It should be bit.ly//Fiverr course YouTube. Make sure you check out that link. I have a link to his site. Again, he provides free information on how to do better on Fiverr. Corey Ferreira, check him out. Again, thank you for watching today. Make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the love and care. If you have any questions or concerns or things you want to know about that I can actually put into my next video about Fiverr, which I'm going to make another video about Fiverr, just go and put them in the comment section. Also, if you have a friend or anyone who's considering or thinking about getting on Fiverr or needs some way to make a little extra cash online, make sure you go ahead and share this with them as well, and so they can watch this YouTube video and benefit from it as well. So again, check out the free resources in my video description box. Check out that link from Corey Ferreira, which will give you free advice on how to do better on Fiverr. And thank you for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed my video, Make Money on Fiverr, Real Seller Review video, and how I made over $700 on Fiverr, no scam, and totally legit. Make sure you check out that link. Go check out that link now for Corey Ferreira now, so that we can start being more successful on Fiverr today.